Hello everybody, I am Happy Face, and today I'm going to be doing a challenge run as you can see, Dark Souls 3. But this is going to be what I call the locked challenge run, where everything is locked behind a boss. So I'm just going to get into the rules before I start here. Estus upgrades, I have to defeat a boss to either use an Estus shard or a bone shard, so every time I defeat a boss, I can use another one of those. But there are 11 Estus shards and 10 bone shards, and only 19 bosses in the base game. So I've decided that Soul of Cinder and Dancer, respectively, will each give 2 Estus upgrades, so that I can get to max Estus before the end of the game. There are 2 weapons that I normally use throughout runs, and that is the Claymore and the Fumultra Greatsword. The Claymore is locked behind the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, and the Fumultra Greatsword is locked behind whatever my second, Lord Soul or like Cinder Lord or whatever they're called in this game. It's locked behind that. So either Aldridge or Yorm, whichever one I decide to go for. And then each of those, like Lord, Cinder, whatever they're called. So Abyss Watchers, Aldridge, Yorm, Twin Princes, and I decided to add Soul of Cinder because I needed a 5th boss. Will give me each of my armor slots and my shield. So I can't use armor or a shield until I've beaten one of those bosses. Then rings, I've picked just 4 random bosses to give me my ring slots, and same with weapon upgrades, I've just picked 10 random bosses to give me weapon upgrades. Also, I must fight every enemy that I see, so for example, if there's an enemy I would normally run past, I have to fight it. Now understand that I will make a mistake and will probably run past an enemy, or something along those lines, or I will just miss an enemy that was on screen. So please forgive me if I do that. Now, obviously, as I said, gotta take off all my armor. So we're just gonna go through and see how this goes. I did a little bit of testing before just to see how the run would play out. I just beat like the first couple of like bosses and stuff. It was pretty easy, but we'll see. Since I'm guessing the beginning of the run is going to be much easier, since I'm gonna just not have like all the upgrades that I would normally have. Because like once I get near the end of the game and I'm fighting like Dancer with only a +5 weapon, instead of normally where I'd have like a +8 or 9. Like, that's gonna make it much, much harder. I'll go kill the guys over there later. I don't have to take out the Crystal Lizard, but I'm choosing to because, why not? And this is not a no-death run. I've played these games before, but as you can tell by this fight here, I'm not amazing at these games, so I'm sure I will die a lot. Oh, I missed the Visceral, that sucks. On my practice run, though, I really did realize how much of an impact armor makes, because, like, I was dying a lot more often and taking a lot more damage than I thought you took, like, normally. So I was just very confused about that. And then I was like, alright, I have no armor on. And the only reason I didn't start as Deprived is because, well, I'm not great at this game, and I would have probably spent, like, an hour trying to kill Gundyr, since even though I played for, like, an hour preparing for this, I'm still quite rusty, so I don't think that would have played out too well for me. Gotta kill this guy. Alright, I'm just gonna run to the bonfire, that way I don't die, because I'm quite low on HP. So yeah, I have very little idea of how the later areas of this game are gonna go, but I do know that, like, I played just, like, up until, like, I played, like, the first little bit of the game. I like beat Gundyr and stuff, and that was like about it. So we'll see how this goes. I hope that I'm not like dying a million times to bosses, because my patience is gonna run very low once I've died like 20 plus times to a boss. So I hope that I am able to at least manageably get through some bosses. Like, I'm mostly just worried about the like mid game. I feel like once I beat Dancer and I'm like using the weapon that I normally use and stuff like that, I feel like it'll get much easier. But again, I don't know, because I just played through the beginning to kind of remember how to play the game, and that was about it. So this could be like an impossibly difficult challenge run for me, or it could just be like a regular playthrough, except I can't wear armor for the first bit of it. I don't know yet. I have played this game before, so I do know some stuff, but I can't parry Gundyr. Not that I'm good at parrying, but like I would normally parry him. Okay. Yes, I picked Black Fire Bombs to cheese him here because, well, normally I'd pick like the life ring or something, but that doesn't really help me when I can't use a ring. So until I don't even know who the first ring boss is that I picked out, I'll have to look at the list I made. There we go, painless. So yeah, we'll see how difficult this will be. I thought about making a rule where I couldn't use embers, but I feel like it doesn't really matter that much. It only gives me a small burst, like a small bit of HP. So I didn't think it would be like crazy, but if it's like way too easy, then I will ban embers. But I don't think it will be. I think I will struggle plenty with this run. And I have also decided that, yes, my sensitivity is way too high, and yes, I'm not going to change it because I think that'll, I feel like high sensitivity would just make the game a challenge run in and of itself. So I'm just gonna keep it as the default, which for most every game is way too high. Hey, I remember how to kick! So, again, I have probably missed an enemy somewhere here. I mean, definitely missed an enemy somewhere here. But, again, that's my bad. I'm not perfect. No one is. I'm gonna mess up. Okay, so for leveling, I'm not really restricting myself, but I'm not gonna, like, just farm here for, like, forever and get super over-leveled. I will just use the amount of souls that I obtain from enemies, and if I die 4 times to an area and play through that area 4 times, then I get 4 times the souls from it. That's just me being bad and not really anything there. So, I think I should probably go for Vigor and Strength, mostly since I would go for Vitality, but again, I don't need armor. So, I don't really know how that's gonna help me. As I said, I use Female Ultra Greatsword usually in my runs, which would mean I'm gonna need a lot of strength. I think it's 50 strength to one-hand it, and I normally get like, no, I don't normally one-hand it, so I think it's like, I don't know exactly how much it is to two-hand, but I usually stop at about 40. Is about like what I usually stop at for leveling. I decided that, yes, I'm going to be fighting this guy, and I'm going to regret this, because I think it was my last playthrough of the game, which was like a year ago, that I tried to fight this guy, and I spent like 30 minutes dying to him over and over and over again for a very long time, and it got very irritating. So, as you can see, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. And now that I have technically seen him, technically I don't have to go kill him, but I'm going to because, I mean, it's supposed to be a challenge. I'm gonna make it difficult. And I'm not gonna, like, purposely try to pan the camera away from enemies and be like, oh, I can't see these enemies because they're not on screen. I'm just gonna be like, okay, you know, there's an enemy here. But if I just, like, don't take a pathway where there's enemies on the way back to a boss or something, then, well, that's not... It doesn't say you must fight every enemy in an area. It says fight every enemy you see. So, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sticking to the rules I made. Oh, I could have used, like, Battle Cry or whatever it's called to buff my damage, but... I've always struggled with this guy. Like, for some reason. Like, what happens in my playthroughs is either I'll fight him right at the start like this and I'll die like 10 plus times, or I'll, like, forget about him until much later, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, this guy exists. And then... I'll just, like, one-shot him with the Fumultra Greatsword, but sadly that's not really gonna happen here since I decided to fight him early. Thankfully, it wasn't as painful as it normally is. Normally, I spend, like, forever fighting this guy. Is there an item up here? I forget. I know you come through this gate later, but... Okay. Thankfully, that only took 2 tries. Oh, and I won't be using, like, any major glitches in this run, because, A, I don't know how to do it, and B, that would just kind of ruin it, in my opinion, if I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna skip everything. That just doesn't seem like a way to make it fun for me or to watch, so I'll just, you know, stick to playing the game normally. Now, I might do something like the tree jump, because it's not a major glitch. And besides, it's not even going to help me, really, because I would go do it right now to get the Estus Shard, but I can't use the Estus Shard until I beat Vord, so it's not even really going to help me to go do any of that. So yeah, I can't, again, even if I had all the Titanite, which I don't, I couldn't reinforce it until I beat, whatever bosses I picked. Yeah, so other than the rules I mentioned at the beginning, there really isn't any restrictions. Yeah, so I will be doing just the DLC casually, because I'm just gonna play the game normally, because... Hello, can I... Sir? I don't know why that wasn't working, but... So yeah, I'll just be doing the DLC normally, since I have only ever beaten the DLC, like, by myself, like, without a bunch of summons, I think once, and it took, like, a long time, and it was very difficult for me, so I'm just gonna do the DLC normally. I might do something like, some challenge for the non-boss parts of it, but I'll just be fighting all the DLC bosses normally, because ain't no way am I gonna be able to do that without, like, I barely beat Midir in the one run I did of the DLC, so there's just no way I'm gonna do the whole thing without, because it's just, you know, I like a decent amount of difficulty in challenges, but... Okay, I forget. Well, I've seen a bunch of enemies over here, so I guess I'll just go this way. I don't know why it doesn't... Whenever I try to kill this guy, it just never locks onto him properly. Right, this is not the way I'm supposed to go, but I'm going this way, so... So enemies like this that don't attack, won't be including because I'm only including like hostile enemies, like, you know, dogs. But like this man right here, he's not gonna do anything. I don't think it's worth my time to every time I'm gonna die here that I have to go fight that thing. Like, I think that would just be a boring waste of time. So, only hostile enemies I will be fighting. So, like, for example, these enemies aren't attacking me, but this man right here is. But, oh, I didn't. Well, this is not good. I am 110% gonna die here. Yeah, I'm just... Okay. Well, I don't think he can come down the stairs. So, let me just do some of this. And see if I can kill him like this. Yes, I really did mean to kill this guy and didn't, so I will just be cheesing him here because I can't beat these guys when I have a full set of armor and I can't beat these guys normally, so there ain't no way I'm beating them with no armor and, like, other restrictions that I have. Because I also would have gone and done the tree jump and gotten that other Estus shard and gotten... I think there's some stuff up there. I know you can, like, talk to the crow, which gives you some stuff, but... Oh, did that dog not get one shot? Oh, that's annoying. I'm just gonna try to kill the Pussive Man without, turning him into the Pussive Man and just killing him as the normal guy, because, frankly, I'm just gonna do this. Beautiful. I don't think any of these other enemies up here are hostile. Oh, and another thing is, I know I use fire bombs to kill the Pussive Man there, but, like, I won't be just, like, cheesing enemies with arrows and stuff, because there's that one. Where's the fun in that? Like, yes, but, like, because you can just buy, like, infinite arrows. I don't know if you can buy infinite fire bombs. You might be able to. I don't know. I have forgotten how this game works. But I will only be using the amount of, like, arrows and fire bombs for killing stuff that I find in the levels. I'm not going to be using, like, extra... I'm not going to, go buy a bunch of arrows and just shoot all the enemies from far away. If I find arrows in the level, then I will use them, but... Okay, I think that these are all... I forget if these enemies are hostile, because I know there's, like, a guy that, like... does, like, a lantern, and it, like, wakes a bunch of these guys up. So I'm actually gonna let him do that, so that it'll wake up all the hostile enemies. So, okay, so there's just these two. I just want to make sure I'm not, you know, messing anything up. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that I can't use, like... I forget what they're called in this game, but the, like, pine resins, I think they're called. To, like, buff your weapon with, like, fire or lightning or whatever. I cannot... That is another one of the... Like, those are included in the weapon upgrades. So, instead of... Because you can't plus 11 a weapon, but I have 11 bosses that give me weapon upgrades. And what the 11th one is just the ability to use pine bundles and stuff. Which I believe is either Twin Princes or Soul of Cinder. I forget which one I made it, but it's one of those two. So, despite those being everywhere and I could be using them, I'm not going to because, yeah. Though that'll be like the first rule that I, like, eliminate if it's too hard, which, again, it shouldn't be. But, like, if I seriously am, like, not wanting to play the game anymore because it's just too difficult, then I will, yeah, pine resins. Then I will just start using pine resins and see if that helps. I doubt it will. Oh wow, look, a helmet that I can't use. Okay. Yeah, I remember in my last playthrough of this game, I farmed, it was either Silver Knight or Lothric Knight, armor for like an hour, and I just could never get it. And I swear, if in this run I kill like one Lothric Knight and it gives me like an armor piece, I'm gonna be quite mad because I spent a long time on that. This is probably a very bad idea, but I'm just gonna do this. I'll go back and kill all those enemies later. I'm just gonna do this for now, just to kill all these ones, and then I'll go back down and kill the ones at the bottom later. I just want to go grab the Claymore, even though I can't use it, just so that I can have it for once I beat, I think the Great Wood is what I said. Yeah, it's Great Wood. But other than those two weapons, I'm not going to be using any other weapons except maybe the better battle axe that you get from the Mimic down there. But this is not going to go well. I just want to... Okay. Well... I think that's where the Claymore is. I might be running to the wrong item. Back. Okay. Let's see if I can kill this guy real quick. Alright. I see all of those enemies, and I will go kill them when I loop back around. But I'm gonna go real quickly. Okay, I'm glad... I forgot this dragon didn't do, like, Dark Souls 1 dragon damage, because I remember the horrors of me trying to get... I think it's the Drake Sword in Dark Souls 1, and it took me, like, an hour, because I would just get burnt to death every single time I tried. And then finally I cut the tail, and it was just terrible. I don't know why I decided to run at this point in time. I'm probably dead. Okay, well... Place your bets if you think I can kill this Mimic without getting hit. My guess is no, but let's see. I've killed Mimics hitless before. There it is. Well, I did it surprisingly well for the fact that I was one shot. Okay, and we're back. And just trust me when I say this, I did kill all of those enemies on the way back here, even though you didn't see it. I promise, they're all dead. Even though I could technically break my own rules and not do something, that's just dishonest, and I don't want to do that. Ow. Am I gonna die to the... Okay. Alright, well this time I'm fighting the Mimic with a full health bar, but no heals. We'll see. I do like that the Mimic, like, goes back and into this state even after you die, and isn't like, oh, I'm just, you know, up now for the rest of the attempts, and, you know, you're not gonna get that free damage on me in the beginning. Which is cool, because, I mean, if I didn't know it was a Mimic, then you would have already tricked me. Oops. Does that kill? Yes, yes it does! Wow, that does a lot of damage. Alright, Mr. Dragon, can you burn all of them, please? You missed this guy? Come on. I feel like I have to go sit down here and let him kill those guys. Okay. There's just more coming. Okay, there's one more guy there. I'll run back in. Oh, I actually timed this well. Okay, and Mimic try number 3. I didn't have enough stamina. That was dumb. I love the sound effects that Mimics make. They're just so funny to me. Especially considering the fact... Okay, I'm sure he'll kill all those dudes up there. Oh, this was a really bad idea to run here. Oh, isn't there a... I think there's a Lothric Knight that patrols and comes down over this direction. Which worries me because... it's probably gonna kill me. Ow. Okay, jeez. Is the Lothric Knight here yet? I don't know where he... oh, no, he goes inside the building, doesn't he? Well... I guess this is what you get when you go this way instead of... Come on, man! Okay, I see 2 more dudes over there, that didn't die. I'm just gonna run this. Okay. Last time I didn't even get to the Mimic because I tried going the other way and it didn't turn out so well. Mimic attempts, number whatever attempt this is, I've lost count by this point. Alright. That did surprisingly no damage. Okay, just don't get grabbed. I can deal with any of his other attacks. I just can't deal with the grab because it's a one-shot. Thank you! And now I got the Deep Battle Axe, which technically is, like, just slightly better. I mean, it has worse physical, it has dark damage instead. I will be using the Deep Battle Axe, even though it's not specified in the rules, because normally I would have already switched to the Claymore by now, because I've just gotten the Claymore. I'm not even sure if mathematically it's better or not. Okay, I just need him to fire here. If he can just burn this guy, then that'd be great. Can you... Normally the dragon is very cooperative with lighting me on fire, but not right now, apparently. Okay, thank you. Thank you for doing it after, but thank you for doing it in the first place, because that way it made sure that I didn't miss any enemies. Okay, I think this is... okay. There is this enemy. I really hope he doesn't fall, because there's a lot more enemies down there that I know about, but I'm going to go get the bonfire first. I will go kill all of those enemies. I promise you that. Oh, I can't wait out the Lothric Knight. That's gonna be annoying. Okay. I think this actually might be a good place to end this first episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I hope that it made your day at least a little bit better. And I will see you guys next time.